about you want to know more about childbirth and the things they just don't tell you in your prenatal classes. Now, I've read the books. Let me just stop there. I did not read any book, but I did binge watch on One Born Every Minute and Call the Midwife, and I've watched a few YouTube videos. Based on that research, I was not told this. I was not told this about childbirth. So I thought I would come here and help you get prepared, because for me, I wish I knew it so that I could be mentally and emotionally and physically, guys, prepared for what was about to happen. Stay tuned. So first, guys, we're gonna go through birth plan. It might not go to plan, and that's okay. Like, I had a birth plan. I was going to have a water birth. It was going to be candlelit with dark lights and calm music. Everything was just going to be serene. Yeah, no, it didn't go down like that. So it's okay for you not to stick to your birth plan. I ended up being induced. My baby was fine. So it's okay. And trust the doctors in their decisions, I would say, because at the end of the day, it's what they do for a living. So you might have watched a few movies or episodes or series where you see the pregnant lady have a big gush, and it's not always like that, guys. Sometimes it can be a little trickle of water. Now, I had my waters broken for me. Not pleasant. If you want to know that story, by all means I will provide it for you, but yeah, that's definitely going to be TMI. So it's not always a big old gush. It can be a little trickle, it can be a little leak. Yes, it might be a gush in the middle of your food shopping, but you're pregnant, it's kind of expected, so I wouldn't even worry about it. Don't even give it another thought. When it happens, and then it's just one step closer to your baby arriving. 3, get ready for the vagina show. Your vagina will be on display for the majority of your childbirth, and many people of whom you do not know the name of will see your vagina. The amount of people, doctors, nurses, midwives, coming in, writing something down on a clipboard after having a peek at my vagina and walking back out the door, like, it was unreal. And at first I was like, oh, I really hate this. But you get over it. Like, you're so exhausted, you're so tired, especially after the pushing and things, like, you don't even care. And I know a lot of people say that, but you literally do not. Like, it's their job. I was like, it's their job to look at vaginas, but it literally, they look at how many vaginas a day. They're midwives, they're delivering babies. And so if you think about it like that, really it won't get to you as much as it might be doing now. Before you go and poop. So yeah, that's it. You go and poop. The midwife will take the poo away before you even notice. I didn't notice that I did it, but I was told that I did it, like the people in my life, hey. But yeah, they would sweep it away. Think about all the pushing you're doing. Your body's natural response is to say, get all the waste out of this body, and so forth. And so that for you is poop. It's feces. So yeah, you might poop. It's okay to poop. They don't make a good deal of it. Now, I was contracting at the start, and I didn't know that I was contracting. Like, later on, I knew about it. But at the beginning, I didn't know that I was contracting. And so the midwife had to actually tell me when I'm contracting so that I would then push. Which is really weird for me, because I always thought, like, you would get this feeling and then you would push when you get this feeling, but I just didn't get it. And I wasn't on drugs, guys, so it wasn't that. Again, every pregnancy is very different, and that might be something that happens to you, and that's okay as well. So the midwife would say, okay, next time you feel a contraction, you need to push. And so I was like, okay, la 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 la, la 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 la, and like nothing would come. And she's like, the monitor is saying that you're contracting, so push. And so that was my story. Like, she had to tell me when my contractions were, and that's probably why it took so long to get my daughter out of me, because I was just pushing for hours, guys. But that's a story for another day. Yeah, I didn't know there was a wrong way to push. Like, apparently I'd be pushing wrong. Sorry, this is number 6, guys. There's a wrong way to push. So I'd be pushing in my face. I'd be like, and apparently, like, that's not the way to push. Nobody taught me how to push. So I'll be pushing in my face, and I actually ended up with like a bloodshot eye, and I will post a picture so you can see what that actually looked like. I was pushing so much in my face that I burst a blood vessel in my eye. Like, it was that deep, guys. Oh yeah, and I got piles. Yeah, like your bum turns inside out. Yeah, got that too. Definitely pushing wrong. So I don't know how to tell you how to push properly, but apparently it's supposed to be like pushing in the front of your body. I'm sorry, I can't demonstrate that because I clearly did it wrong, but pushing is a thing. I didn't know that you don't just deliver a baby. Like, after you deliver a baby, you've got another afterbirth to deliver, and that would be your placenta, and that's about 1 to 2 pounds or something like that. And so you've still got to do that. So they took my daughter away to clean her down, weigh her, take her footprints and all that good stuff, and in the meantime I'll be giving birth to the placenta and getting all cleaned up as well. So you have 2 births. It's not over, and you will still feel those contractions after your baby is out. So that's great. There's a lot of bleeding, guys, a lot of bleeding, and a lot of discharge, and the discharge like for days up towards your birth and after your birth. Like, it'd just be different colours, and it'd be worrying you, and you'd be googling and seeing that, you know, you'd be getting infections and all this kind of business. Like, I had so many different colours of discharge during the course of my pregnancy and birth, but I was fine. So I don't know, like, but always get it checked out, guys. Like, by no means don't just ignore it. Get it checked out, but don't worry too much is my point. You still look pregnant after you give birth. Yeah, here's me thinking I'm just gonna snap back. Yeah, no, that didn't happen. I still had a bump, and I had to use my gym membership that I was paying for anyway to work that off. So yes, and you also have cramps, by the way, guys. Yeah, you'll be having cramps as your belly is contracting back down, if that makes sense. So yeah, you'd be like, ooh, you know them ones with the period cramps. So my battery definitely died, so I don't know if I've said this, but hopefully I haven't. And that is, you bleed a lot. Imagine you haven't had a period for 9 months, and then you get a period that like is that entire 9-month load of blood. Like, boom. Like, I was like, what is happening to me? You know, I read a bit too much, and I think I made myself scared in that I was like, oh my gosh, I'm losing blood, I'm gonna need a transfusion and all this kind of business, and it just wasn't. Like, it was, I think that's what it was. Like, if I'm wrong, correct me, but I think that's why I had so much blood loss. So that was a lot, and I felt for that midwife because she had to clean that up. It's too much, but she had to clean that up. So yeah, you lose a lot of blood. Your boobs will leak for days. Your boobs are leaking before you go into childbirth, during and after. Like, your boobs just be leaking, and you need to invest in those you know, the pads. I'll put a link in the description, but you know, there's reusable pads, and then there's washable pads that you basically put in your washing machine, and then you can reuse again. You'll need quite a few of those because you seriously do leak a lot. And my boobs were just doing some next thing, because one, as she was feeding, as my daughter was feeding on one breast, like the other one be leaking. Like, it thought I had twins, so it was releasing from both, and so it was just like gush. And everybody know, like, everyone's had a baby, it's had that squirt in it, like but yeah, so I really wish like I had invested. I did have a pump, but the pump that I had was made it really, really sore, and I had cracked nipples and all of that. Lanolin was definitely needed. Again, I'll link that down below, but I wish I invested in a Medela double breast pump. Like, trust me, it's an investment that you will thank me for. Like, you need that double pump because it just be easier. It's just nicer. It's more of a hospital grade quality, what they use in the hospitals. So yeah, I would definitely say get that. But your boobs be leaking, guys. Like, you just be like, oh, you know, what's that wet patch on your shirt? Huh? What? So yeah, I hope that's been helpful. I really enjoyed doing this video because, like I say, it's just my experience. Your experience might be different, but that is okay. All right, guys, peace.